Hello. On a cold night in early 2008, a strange disappearance took place in a building known as the Financial Building in Taiwan. A mother and her daughter entered an elevator together and then vanished without a trace. This case has even been listed among Taiwan's top 10 unsolved mysteries, sparking numerous speculations about supernatural phenomena. Let's travel back to 2008 to uncover the details of this story. The incident occurred in Zhonghua County, located on the western side of Taiwan Island. In this area lies a town called Yuanlin, a key transportation hub in central Taiwan, known for its unique natural scenery and cultural heritage. At the heart of Yuanlin stands the Financial Building, where our story unfolds. It was January 20th, 2008, a Sunday and the last weekend before the Lunar New Year. According to the lunar calendar, it was December 13th, 2007, roughly half a month before the festive season. That night, the Zhonghua County Police received a call from a man surnamed Zhang, who lived in Shihu Town, Zhonghua County. He reported that his wife, Hui-jun, 37 years old, and their 4-year-old daughter had gone missing. Zhang explained that earlier that day, he and his wife had argued. Frustrated, Hui-jun left the house with their 4 children, leaving her phone behind. Since her parents' home was just a 3-minute motorcycle ride away, Zhang assumed she had taken the kids there to cool off and would return once her anger subsided. But by evening, she and the youngest daughter still hadn't come back. When Zhang went to his in-laws' house, he found his 3 older children there, but Hui-jun and the 4-year-old were nowhere to be seen. He contacted her friends and acquaintances, but no one knew anything. Sensing something was wrong, he called the police. The police noted that Hui-jun had left without her phone, wallet, or any belongings, and she had her young daughter with her, making it unlikely she had gone far. They began searching around Zhang's home and her parents' house, but found no clues. The police entered the mother and daughter's details into the missing persons database and alerted search teams. 4 days later, on January 24th, 2008, the Zhonghua County Police Department received a report from a security guard at the Financial Building. He mentioned a strange motorcycle parked in front of the building's lot for several days with no one claiming it. Having worked there for years, he was familiar with the residents and their vehicles. This motorcycle didn't belong to any of them, and oddly, the key was still in the ignition. Initially, he thought the owner might return soon, but after days passed with no sign of them, he called the police to have it towed. Using the license plate, the police traced the motorcycle to Hui-jun, 37, from Shihu Town, 8 kilometers away, the same woman reported missing 4 days earlier. The police immediately went to the Financial Building to investigate. Curiously, Zhang said his wife didn't know anyone in the building and had never mentioned it. During the investigation, another security guard reported finding a red adult jacket and a small pink jacket on the elevator floor on the morning of January 21st, along with a pair of women's shoes. Assuming they belonged to a resident, he left them in the lobby, but no one claimed them. The police confirmed Hui-jun was wearing a red jacket and her daughter a pink one when they disappeared, raising suspicions that these items belonged to them. Reviewing the building's surveillance footage, the police uncovered something bizarre. Around 8 p.m., Hui-jun hurriedly parked her motorcycle outside, grabbed her daughter, and rushed inside. She told the building manager they were visiting a friend and headed straight to the elevator. Without hesitation, she pressed the button for the 11th floor, the top floor. Once inside, she acted strangely. She quickly removed her red jacket and her daughter's pink one, tossing them to the floor, and even took off her shoes. Her movements seemed frantic. When the elevator reached the 11th floor, she picked up her daughter and rushed out. Footage from the hallway showed her heading toward the stairwell, which led to the rooftop or down to other floors, but there were no cameras there. Based on the clues, it appeared Hui-jun had left home in anger, stripped off their jackets, and gone to the building's highest point. The police suspected she might have intended to end her life. They searched the surrounding area thoroughly, even climbing nearby shorter buildings, but found no unusual signs. They reviewed all 13 cameras in the building, yet there was no footage of the mother and daughter leaving. Hui-jun, 37, grew up in Shihu Town, Zhonghua County. The financial building was a 7-minute ride from her home. After junior high, she moved to Taipei to train as a hairstylist to ease her family's financial burden. Young and beautiful, she was stylish and had many suitors. One man even approached her parents to propose an engagement, hoping she'd become his daughter-in-law. Her mother arranged the match with Zhang, whose wealthy family owned significant land and could support Hui-jun's struggling household. After finishing her training, Hui-jun returned to Zhonghua at her parents' behest and married Zhang. They had 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, living in a standalone house with financial support from Zhang's family. She quit her job to become a full-time homemaker. To outsiders, they seemed happy, but their marriage was troubled. Despite his wealth, Zhang was an alcoholic with a volatile temper. When drunk, he argued with and sometimes hit Hui-jun. After years of enduring this, she divorced him, taking the 3 kids to live alone in Shihu town. Post-divorce, she faced judgment and struggled to remarry. Eventually, Zhang, regretting his actions, begged her to return, promising to quit drinking. Thinking of her children's future, she agreed to remarry him. They later had a 4th child, the girl who vanished with her. But Zhang broke his promise, resuming his drinking and abuse. Arguments became frequent, and though Hui-jun considered divorce again, she stayed for her young daughter, and because, at 37, she felt finding work or remarrying would be difficult. She endured silently. Days before her disappearance, her family noticed her mental state was unstable. That noon, after another fight, Zhang coldly told her to leave and take the kids. Around 2 p.m., she took all 4 children to her parents' house by motorcycle, then left with the 4-year-old shortly after. That was the last anyone saw of them. They seemed to vanish into thin air. With Lunar New Year nearing, the police hoped to find them quickly for a family reunion. Details of the case were publicized, hoping witnesses might come forward. Hui-jun's mother tearfully told reporters her granddaughter had been sick recently and pleaded for their return. Zhang's older kids kept calling out for their mom. Despite extensive investigations, no leads emerged, and over time, the case faded from public attention. In 2013, 5 years later, the case of Elisa Lam, a Canadian woman of Chinese descent, gained global attention due to her odd behavior in an elevator before her death. This reignited interest in Hui-jun's case, dubbed Taiwan's Elisa Lam, for its similar eerie elevator mystery. The police reopened the investigation online, re-interviewing family and friends. Hui-jun's eldest daughter said the family had consulted deities who claimed the pair would return after 2 days, but they never did. Police checked Hui-jun's credit cards, debit cards, health insurance, and immigration records. Nothing had been used since her disappearance. If alive, her daughter would be school-aged, but no matching records existed. Let's revisit their last known location. The financial building, an 11-story landmark with 2 basement levels, taller than surrounding structures. At 8 p.m., they entered the elevator and went to the 11th floor, an unoccupied area with a shrine and offices. Hallway cameras showed them heading to the stairwell, which lacked surveillance. If they went up, the rooftop had a transformer box and equipment, but its door was locked. Police searched it meticulously, checking water tanks, vents, and pipes, but found nothing. The front rooftop wall was taller than an average man, making it hard to climb with a child. The side walls were lower, about 1.5 meters, but the drop to nearby 3 or 4-story buildings was 20 meters, too dangerous. No traces were found on adjacent roofs, ruling out a jump. If they went down the stairs, they'd need to enter a residence apartment on floors 3 to 10 to escape via a window, but residents reported no sightings. Those floors housed families, and their hallways lacked cameras. The police questioned everyone, but no one had seen them. The second floor had shops, closed and locked that night. The first floor lobby had 4 cameras, capturing Hui-jun entering but not leaving. Without evidence of a crime, police couldn't search homes forcibly, only take statements. If someone hid them, it'd be hard to prove. The first basement was a beer hall, open until midnight. Its owner saw no sign of them. It had 2 exits, a stairwell with a shutter, monitored by 2 cameras showing no activity, and a hidden vertical escape ladder in the air conditioning room, unmonitored, leading outside. The second basement was a parking garage with 4 cameras and 3 exits. An auto elevator, no footage of them. 2 vertical escape ladders to the beer hall, and a back door to an adjacent building, locked and dusty, and used for years. Possible escape routes included hiding with a resident, using the unmonitored ladder, or leaving via a car in a camera blind spot. But Hui-jun wasn't familiar with the building, making evasion unlikely. Nearby shop cameras also showed nothing. 15 years later, the financial building's property value stagnated while surrounding areas soared. Rumors of hauntings spread. Some tied the red jacket to summoning spirits, suggesting Hui-jun's odd behavior meant possession. Others speculated she had a lover in the building, shedding her past by removing her jacket, then fleeing with him after the fuss died down. Some even theorized the lover's wife killed and hid them. Yet, her phone records showed no affair, and the 11th floor had no residents. That same year, another Zhonghua mother-daughter pair, the Lins, vanished but were found in 2020 after 12 years of hiding post-divorce. This solved case boosted police morale, but Hui-jun and her daughter remain missing. Now, 15 years on, her youngest will be 19 or 20. Her aging parents cling to hope, seeking truth, if not survival. As a criminal psychology expert, I see Hui-jun's actions, her frantic state, shedding possessions, and heading to an unfamiliar building's top, suggesting a mental breakdown, possibly suicidal intent, driven by years of abuse and despair. Yet, the lack of bodies or exit footage hints at an alternative. She may have fled, aided by an unknown party, and started a new off-grid. Without new evidence, this remains one of Taiwan's enduring enigmas. Goodbye for now. May the truth one day emerge.